Capricorn, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower channel from the 20th through to the 26th. I hope you've had a really good week. Did you get your film on the go? Did you star in your film? Did you get involved in life? That would have been in last week's reading, of course. Let's just quickly go straight into what's going on this week. Let me just put my recording on. Sorry, I do apologise. There you go. Last week, camera action, lights, camera action, basically. Did you kick it into place? Looks like you did, by the looks of it, just on this very simple reading. This is your relationship side. This is your money side. This is the overall energy. This is the outcome energy. This is the karmic lesson or karmic path or understanding on the relationship side, and this is on your financial side. If you want to know more about the Astroflower, there's plenty of links in the description below. Go down and knock yourself out. It's a very interesting system that's there to help you get the best out of life. Let's just give ourselves an overall reading. There is a competition as well this week on Instagram where you're going to have a keyword. I'm going to give you a keyword during the reading. And if you go onto Instagram, there's a competition. If you use that word, to get a free reading or a free healing session with myself. Let's just get in here. It's like you're building. It's like you're. I want to say castle, but I also want to say empire, because I don't think it's necessarily a castle to sort of protect anything. I think it's more of a, Cappy sort of really sort of sitting there in his phone kind of going, yes, this is great. I can help a lot. I can do loads. I can, my community will be safe. It'd be brilliant. That's what it feels like. But there's a ring going on here, and it's this ring, and it seems to be, you seem to be accumulating both sides of it. Really nice reading. Very interesting. Let me have another look on. I just want to have another look on the upper sections. I think there's definitely in the here and now. There's a lot of possible success for you. So let's just go in to see the overall energy at the moment. It's okay, so that ring, that ring or that fortress that could be created around you is a double-edged sword, really. If people can't get in, you can't get out either. That's the problem with that. And you do need a bit of space. You do need a bit of time. You do need to put everything. You've gone through this light action camera sort of thing last week, and it's sort of like things were put into action. And now this week here, where you had the week that was a bit more calmer because things were put into action, this week here is that you need to take a bit of time for yourself. That's what it's all about. And enjoy the fact that you've got things sorted. And when you enjoy things, it's going to bring a lot more to you. And it's going to open your... It's trying to open you up generally for a greater view and a greater possibility in the future. Let's just see how your karmic path is here. This is interesting because a lot of people have had the Judgment card, and the Hermit is very close to that as well. It's living life how you should be living it. That's what it's all about. And it may be a case that this is on the relationship side, because it may be a case where you've been in a relationship that's been very difficult. You've not been able to express yourself clearly or fully within your life because of the restrictions within that relationship. And now it's a case of you're getting free, and you can now live your life as you see fit. And it may be a case of within your relationships of just putting in fresh, healthy boundaries around you. It may be a case for some of you that you may as well split up. Or it may be a case where your partners has realised that that's not helping the situation, so they have adjusted themselves accordingly. Or it could be within your family and your friends, and your family and your friends, or your community may realise from last week, they're kind of going, okay, Capricorn is like that. Okay, then we can position ourselves, oh, look, now Capricorn's now expressing like this. And I think it's a good thing to express how you particularly would like to live life, or how you think life should be lived. I think that's what you're expressing to every sort of form of relationship around you. And it's not expressing vocally, it's expressing through your ideas and your spirit yourself. Let's just go on to how the universe is trying to influence that karmic path. And that's really pushing in like a wave. It's really bringing it in there. Tell them how it is. Show them how it is. That's what it's sort of saying. Yeah. There's no two ways about it. That's what that card says. There's no two ways about it. If you concentrate on living your ultimate dream within your relationships, your ultimate what you wish to live, there's no two ways about it. The universe is going to be so up for you. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to build so much more for you in this coming future. There's something that's definitely turning around. And that could have something to do with the solstice that we're going through this week, which I will be doing an all signs for, just to sort of see how that changing aspect it is. And I think that's coming out on Monday or Tuesday. You'll have to have a look on the channel. Subscribe and click that bell and you'll get notifications on it anyway. Let's just see how your guides are trying to influence your karmic path. Sorry. They're being like your biggest cheerleader. They're working in tandem totally with the universe here. Everybody's had this card. Did you have it last week? No, you didn't. Everybody's had this card so far. But it's not competition. It's reaching for your higher self, as far as I can tell. Being your ideal. Those people there are trying to reach that light which you can shine. Yeah. So this is what their guides are trying to do. They are backing up that idea that there is no ways to do it, Capricorn. There's only Capricorn's way to do it. For Capricorn. Okay? Doesn't necessarily mean for everybody else. Don't want to build you into a dictator or anything like that. That'd be a nightmare. Ooh. And Capricorn, you certainly, when you got a bee in your bonnet, you can be. You know, or we can be, because I am one as well. So I think this is really, your guides are really trying to help you to focus on that inner light and how you wish relations or how you perceive relationships to be. And this is much lighter. This is pushing on as well. This is give and take. This is, I mean, give and take. This is not really getting triggered by other people's actions or you know, sort of skullduggery or, you know, because people around you, it's been hard for you to break free, I think, Capricorn, but to be your truer self over this last year. And it's to do with that Pluto as well that's coming out of your sign, I think, in October, and it's been in there in a long time. And I think this here is sort of saying there's no need for you to get triggered by people who are not consciously on that path, because they're not at the same place as you. So I would just continue on your path. And I think they're trying to sort of like, oh, don't worry about that, keep going. They're really sort of being, the devil, yourself. They're asking, you know, reaching to be your higher self. This is your true self. And your guides here are really, I think it would be a good idea to listen to them where it's in concerns with relationships, family, friends, couples, any type of relationships at the moment. I would really listen to that inner voice, because those guides are really gonna help you to stop getting involved in situations that really probably don't help you or anybody else. Yeah, so keeping on that path and just expressing and enjoying the idea of you being able to have a consequence on the society that is around you in regards to your relationships, and you can actually live fully your dream. So let's just see how the karmic path is on your money side, on your business and your job. Game changer. That's going to be the game. That's going to be the word for the competition. Game changer. That is your key word. If you're going into the competition on Instagram, that's your keyword. Game changer. You have been working hard, Capricorn, and I think you have manifested these gifts that are coming into you now, and it's your right to take them. Sometimes, Capricorn, you can be kind of, oh, do I deserve this? Do I merit this? Should I really? And yet you do. You've done the work, and you've got that. You had that Wheel of Fortune last week here, and also the Three of Wands here, and you've started that journey, and now you should be starting this week. You're going to be seeing those gifts turning up. You may not necessarily have them exactly in your hands, but you'll certainly recognize it as being opportunities arriving for you this week. Very good opportunities for game changers, possibly. You know, and the game changers can be really small. As I always say, let's say you were traveling across the Atlantic or the Pacific, and you start off from one place. If you change by 1 degree the direction of the boat, you're going to end up in somewhere completely different. It's only the small changes really that really do make a huge amount of difference. So that could be the little game changer. So let's just see how the universe is sort of trying to influence that karmic path. Don't look back. I think this is, the universe is here is sort of saying, don't look back, go forward. Don't fall into that mental idea of kind of going, oh, do you remember what happened last time? That didn't work, it was a failure, but it was a different time. You know, don't look back over the past, look forward at the moment, at this present time. There is times when you will have to look back into the past, but now is not the moment. It's really sort of saying, look forward, nurturing your future, developing these gifts that are coming in. What are you going to do with them? They are game changers. How are you going to, you know, how are you going to deal with them? How are you going to enjoy them? Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that karmic path. Sorry. You know, like, I don't know if you've ever known about rally driving. That's like people drive fast cars across the countryside. And it's in the competition, you go from one place to another, but you have the driver, but you also have the passenger, the co-driver. It's the co-pilot. And they're really taking the position of a co-pilot that are saying to you, okay, steep bend coming up, watch out for this. They're really, so you can concentrate on caning it and really going fast. They're really trying to sort of like, oh, yeah, falling in love with your higher self. Really beautiful. And they do this in order for you to seize those opportunities. So that I would, you know, trust your karmic path here. Trust what you should be doing. It's in financially, it's blowing my mind in a way because I'm Capricorn as well. And it's really good. It's pushing on for some beautiful things. It's quite very strong changes. They may be very subtle, but the overall, as I say, the 1 degree, it's amazing. And it's falling in love with your higher self. And this is what falling in love with that karmic path of what you've been doing, of what work you've put in and the fruits that you're getting back for your stuff. So it's really, really nice. Trust them. They're you know, they're looking after, they really are looking after you. Much more than I've seen for quite a bit. It's not they don't look after you, but obviously sometimes the water's a little bit slower and, you know, life's a little bit slower, so you examine things a little bit more. But here, I think it's going fast enough in all for the guys to just turn around and kind of go, okay, take a left, take a right. On your karmic path, so that means in your opportunities and stuff like that. This is for the how the guide's trying to influence that conversation, that subconscious thing that's going on in front of you, in you. Okay, so this is in order to get the best out of these opportunities that are really barreling down to you, you're going to need to, okay, so if you wanted the opportunity to run a marathon, you're going to have to eat well. You're going to have to eat correctly. And these guides here are sort of almost sort of saying to you, this is what you need to eat and this is what you don't need to eat. So they're within your conversation, they're going to be sort of saying, you know, these are the sort of things you want to get involved in. These are this is what you need to be concentrating on. They're really feeding you good practices. That's what they're doing. They're feeding you good practices. The Queen of Cups. This is absolutely mind-blowing on this side. I think this Wheel of Fortune is really playing through you. And I think this is as I say, it's often the small changes that make the big impacts. And this side of it is phenomenal. It's really phenomenal. The opportunity here to live your heart's desires according to your job, according to your business, according to your projects, is definitely coming through you here. And I will be trying to live every moment and squeeze every bit of juice out of that moment, and enjoy it. Really enjoy the work side of it, the relationship side of it as well, expressing something, you know, that's going to help you to express how you want to live life or how you want your relationships to be. And it looks like there's very joyous success coming in for you in this week here, regardless of what your situation is. You know, obviously you got to look at it at your level. If you're just starting out in a career, it could be that moment of meeting the boss just outside having a cup of coffee and expressing that you like a particular sort of activity, and your boss turns around and goes, yeah, funny enough, I do that as well. Why don't you come down and we're going to be doing that activity next week. They're here. Why don't you come down? And that opens that opportunity. It's a very simple thing. It's a very small game changer, but it could really help you out. Okay, let's just see what the overall energy, the outcome for all of this going into next week. How much love do you want to give away? It's not that though. It's like you've got this abundance going on you, and you're a very sociable person, Capricorn, normally, but you're also a case that you want it to work for everybody. You want everybody to be in a good sort of place, and it seems like you've got a lot to give to the universe or give to the world around you. I'm not sure it's a case of giving it all now. It might be a case that your abundance is so much that it's good to give it out, to make those connections, to actually start building your community, to building your business connections, to building your job connections, and stuff like that. And it may be a case of, putting it out there to get a lot back. But there is also a side of it that sort of says, give away what I think this place to hear, give away now or invest in what you feel is morally or physically correct going forward, that you think would be best served not only for yourself, but the community, your job, your business. It's really being precise about where you place your love or your energy or your money or and that's what it seems to be. So it's planning, Two of Wands, yeah. Okay. So it's planning those futures. And I think this springs from that whole idea that space you've created and you can see those opportunities coming in, that space that you've created within you that's going to give you a bit of a healing factor going on, is going to provoke a lot of ideas which you will be able to play out during this week. But it's also going to feed into the following week and how you develop those things that you're investing. It's it's like you've got an abundance of seeds, and who are you going to give those seeds away to? Are you going to give those seeds to someone who doesn't know or doesn't care about growing plants? Probably not. You probably want to give it to someone who cares about growing plants, or who really wants to understand how to grow plants. And you'll be willing to give those seeds over and try it with these. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it's good to try. That sort of attitude, and you can pick and choose who you invest in. And as I said, it's like building an empire. You're building up your stature at the moment. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really interesting. I'd like to see what's going to happen on those equinox. Solstice readings that's going to be coming out this week. The all signs solstice readings that's going to be coming out this week. So yeah, because that seems to be changing. If you've seen on CYMATIC TV, there's a load of sunspots coming around the corner. They're going to be coming through pretty much a day after this reading is available, day or two after this reading is available. And they've been popping off some really lovely stuff, which you would have seen on CYMATIC TV, which is linked in the description below. And that's going to feed a lot of your energies. It's going to certainly make this section here very vibrant. It's going to make your interaction with the outside world very like that. It's going to be really nice. But, you know, if you want more on that sort of information of how the energy works and how the chakra system and stuff like that, get over to CYMATIC TV, and we do some stuff. We do quite a bit of stuff on there according to all of that. In the meantime, Capricorn, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, part of the Astroflower family. If you want to be part of the Astroflower family, it's very easy. All you need to do is subscribe and click that bell. You just need to click the red square and then click the bell. Do that, okay? And you'll be part of the Astroflower family. In the meantime, good luck with the competition over on Instagram. And don't forget, life should be fun, so I know you will enjoy.